It ended. Welcome to the In Your City show right here at the Lou Information Station. We are just getting started, so grab your mocktail or your cocktail. Today, we have a mocktail.
We do have a mocktail. What is this called?
It is a
Do you remember what it's called?
caffeinated, I threw the can in the trash can. It's a caffeinated mango drink from Fresh Time. As you can tell, we're tired. We have a Wake chocolate, some cashews. We're ready to go. Gordon goes, I think I might need a cocktail. So we are exhausted.
It is hump day. It's Wednesday.
So if you notice, if you were watching Fox 2 this morning, we're still in the same outfit from our Studio STL segment that we do when we introduce the new magazines. And
they never change clothes.
Gordon was just talking about that he was at
I was at Dave, another plug for Dave Sinclair Lincoln Mercury. I was down there and I was in the waiting room where the service department is. They got this giant TV and there's this man sitting there, and all of a sudden our segment comes on.
The Studio STL plays at 9 a.m. live and then comes back on at noon again. So
he's looking at the TV and then he's looking at me and then he's looking at the TV.
The same outfit.
Looking at me, and all of a sudden Brian, of course, who's the GM there, said, I know that guy. I was like, two and two together.
Oh, shoot. So that's pretty funny. So it's a good day. It's beautiful outside. Our new issues, we've got to mention
that. It's summer outside.
So
it's not just beautiful. It's still summer outside.
It is summer. I'm still getting a huge air conditioning bill. When's it going to stop?
I know.
So our October issues are out for City Lifestyle Magazine. Big plug, because, of course, we wouldn't have this show without them. Chesterfield. And if you'll notice, the same gentleman is on all three of them. You'd think we really like him, and we do. This is Billy Bush. If you haven't had the pleasure of meeting him, you've definitely missed out. I always talk about I was so intimidated when I knew we were going to meet him, because I keep saying the same. He grew up in a castle. He's like the Anheuser-Busch legacy.
1 second. What? You're like Ollie with the
waterfall. Hold on, I can touch you right now. What's happening right now?
I know, you got a little something on you.
Water.
A little something.
I'm spitting on myself, chocolate, to my mocktail, everything's going on.
You want to see just what happened? Yeah, go to the YouTube channel.
Billy Bush is just one of the nicest men. Gordon had a meeting with me the other day because we are having our big hot list party there, which I got to give a big plug because I love our bags. This is our bags, our swags that everybody's going to be receiving. So the people that are invited to come into our party are part of our hot list, because either they're an amazing advertiser in a magazine, they have been a sponsor of our radio show, or they have been lucky enough for us to share their story. So they are a hot lister, and they're going to get one of those bags. But Billy didn't he not have his shirt on? It was all sweaty when he was meeting you there at the farm.
I think he thought he was meeting you there.
Yeah, right. Oh, right. Yeah, a beautiful wife and 7 children. I doubt I'm on the list of one of the
Actually, here's the type of guy he is, and I don't even have the camera on me.
So I was explaining.
Oh, go ahead.
Got out of the car without his shirt on, all sweaty. Well, you told me about it. He always wants to steal my stories. You have somebody in your life that you get 3 words out, and then all of a sudden,
it was my story. She stole.
He was not going to tell it. So when I'm telling it, that means it's my story. And then he just takes over. Like I wasn't even there.
This is our house. Yeah. All the time.
So he doesn't have a shirt on because he's sweaty, because he's hot, because he'd just been working at the polo grounds. And it's like, you're Billy Bush. Don't you have people?
Don't you have people to do this?
You've got people. If I had people, I would just sit like this all day long. Just watching everybody just go back. Oh my gosh, if I would have so many people. So anyway, we've got great stories. And today we highlighted Bissinger chocolate. Is it Bissinger or Bissingers? Because I was saying Bissingers and you were saying Bissingers. I'm like, oh my gosh, am I saying it wrong?
I think it's Bissingers.
Well, you said Bissingers. I don't. Either way, it's amazing chocolate. We did a story on them. We had Made by Leah, who is America's TLC's America's Next Baker. She won. We had Grandma's Cookies, which they are America's #1 cookie. I mean, incredible stories in our magazine.
Grandma's Cookies.
That's true. That would be not a good. That would be a terrible thing to do. But we do have a great show today.
We do. We do.
Quit looking at my shirt.
Sorry.
It's just one of those shirts.
What's going on over there?
They're like, just want to come out and play. I don't know what's happening.
I don't know either.
Today is Disco for a Cause and Dream Machine, Community and Music St. Louis. I am here to entertain, and that is it.
Paper's in the perfect position.
I have nothing educational.
And once again, your daughter's calling right in the middle of our show.
Because
thanks
for listening. Are you going to tell her we're on here?
This is for Carly. So she can see. Carly, you are calling right now.
Who has a family that your kids have absolutely
Carly.
no idea what you're doing whatsoever?
We just thought I would answer the phone while we're in the middle of our show, so everybody knows that you don't listen to our show.
She did just get back from Japan, so she has been very, very busy. I love how he's carrying on a conversation while we're live on air right now.
Okay. Love you.
Love you. Okay.
Bye.
So back to the show that everyone has just now turned off. This week in the In Your City show, we're celebrating the power of community and the magic of music. First, we're going to welcome Stephanie, Suljak.
Good job.
Founder of Helping Hand-Me-Downs. And she's going to share the incredible nonprofit, how it's changing lives, providing essentials to families. And then also they've got a big disco gala coming up. Who doesn't like to do? We were just talking about how much fun it is to dress like that. Then internationally recognized violinist, and composer, Abigail Stahlschmidt. She's going to join us. That young lady.
And she's a supermodel, too.
She is a supermodel. So you'll definitely want to go to luinfo.com or the In Your City show with Kelly and Gordon YouTube page, because you will want to see her personally, as she is a gorgeous young model. But she has a big event coming up October 17th that she's going to talk about as well. That young lady came on to my radio show. I believe, we'll find out for sure, but I think she was only 14 years old on her first visit to my radio show many moons ago, because that's way too old. Yeah, and here she is, all grown up, still moving and grooving and changing the world. Yeah. So we got a good show ahead of us. So with that, and I just said we were having, I'll just spin around and start talking to Stephanie and ignore you and the phone calls coming in from my daughter. Has absolutely no idea that we're on the air.
I don't know very much at home here. This is
I know.
Extra people calling. My husband or kid could come through the door and talk.
Well, it's so funny. Your husband was sitting here a few minutes ago. He has a booming voice.
He's so loud, and he's the biggest interrupter ever. I don't know. Gordon and Chris can't communicate, I'm sure, because they just interrupt each other.
Yeah. Well, what's so funny is it
actually we speak well with each other.
He talks so highly of your husband. It's unreal. He's like, he's the nicest man. Oh my gosh, he really is. But it's cute though, because we would say something. He was done with that, and he's on. And we weren't really finished. I didn't think we had finished that sentence, but he had a whole. He was done. He was done. He had what he needed, and he was moving on. And the thing is, you can't carry on because he's so loud. You can't.
Yeah, we can't.
I mean, no one is not going to pay attention to him. I mean, what a great. He should be.
I should go meet with him right now, because I got a feeling that I'm just going to be out of this conversation.
He should be on the radio. He's got a great voice.
He was, I think, for a while.
Was he really? He should be in here so we could be talking to him.
I would rather him do this.
Well, we should have told him. We should have told him to put the app on his phone, so you can put the Lou Information Station app on your phone. It'll come up KLIS logo.
Okay.
And put that on your phone, and you can just click right on and listen to the radio station anywhere. So he's sitting out there in quietness, and he could be listening to the show right there on his app. So maybe he could hear my voice bellowing through the studio.
My guess is they went next door to get gelato.
That's probably
true.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Those two can't be trusted.
No, they can't. Well, I'm excited to have you. I know we did a beautiful story when you were having your event, I think last year. So that's the first time I learned about your organization from, of course, you two are the owners of Trinity Pools, which is a fabulous company that installs, when I say installs.
Which right now, the weather
do you say
should be telling you need a pool if you don't have a pool yet in your house.
Because you can keep them open so long.
Yeah.
So when I say install, is that the right? Because I mean, it's not like you you do the walls and the groundwork.
Yeah, you can shoot a gunite, or you can
you do it all.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Just by the pool that was on the cover of our magazine, and we saw what you did to put that in, which was like on a cliff. So incredible work, amazing. But since you have so much time running a business, you've decided that you'd like to help others, which is quite incredible. So let's talk a little bit about the mission and services of Help Me. So it's helping hand-me-downs, how that enhances the quality of life of children.
So we've been around. We're just starting our 15th year, which is crazy.
Gosh, that's fairly new for an organization when you think about that have been around. I mean, that is fairly new.
It is. It's new in one sense, but it's actually somewhat old in another, because a lot of nonprofits just start up and they fizzle pretty quickly. They really don't have a sustainability factor. I mean, they just kind of like, oh, we had a great idea, or a social worker got excited and started it, but there was no business foundation. So we've been very fortunate. We've got the business component, we've got the social worker heart, we've got a lot of that going on with our volunteer team. So we're very lucky to go.
So what inspired you? I mean, obviously, I'm sure children. There's so many children that are in need. We take for granted every day what we have in our own household and the things that we might get crabby about. I got crabby because I was going to have to go to the store the other day because I make my own dog food. And I'm like, oh no, I don't have to. I'm just going to Instacart. Instacart that thing. I just barely have to move these days. They're making us so lazy. So I mean, sometimes when we're sitting in that world, which it's not life of luxury ordering dog food stuff, but still, there's a lot of people out there that need our help. And so what happened to inspire you to go, I want to do this?
So I was in the business world for, 10, 12 years, something like that. And I was always that executive when they asked, hey, does anybody want to do the nonprofit work? I was like, oh, me. I wanted to do it. And I found that I liked that a lot more than what I was doing in the office. And HR kind of would come to me and say, hey, you're the only one we can get to go out on the streets. And I'm like, sure. What are we going to do? Oh, well, we're going to feed the homeless man. Okay, great. I'm in. Yeah. I'm like, seriously? So I knew that was kind of my thing. And then the company I was working for got bought out, and I left and became a foster mom. And my first foster kiddo is my son. And we got him and his little sister.
So you adopted now?
Adopted, yeah. They're 15
I could
and
never
12
foster.
now.
I have 35 kids.
We call that foster failure. There's nothing wrong with that. It's kind of like dogs.
Let them go. Oh my God.
No, you're not going anywhere. You're really good. And I just knew that I wanted to do something. So it was seemed pretty natural to start this. And it started for fun. Like I thought, oh, this will just be really fun. I'll get my girlfriends together and we'll do this. And I don't have that personality. I can't just kind of halfway do something. It's like, oh, we're going to do this. Like, we're going to do this right. So I think this year we're on track to serve between 8,000 and 10,000 children.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Yeah, it's incredible.
And it's sad at the same time, isn't it?
It is.
It's sad that there's that many children. That's not even all the children.
No.
That's just what you're able to serve.
Yes.
There's hundreds of thousands of children that are in need. And it just makes you so sad that there's so many people that could use your help and need the sources that are out there. So you've obviously served a real gap that's out there. And it's because of being in the foster system, seeing what the needs were, that inspired you to get stronger.
I think so. Yeah. I think just seeing that world and just seeing there's just such a difference especially in St. Louis, between the haves and the have-nots. And it's like, we've got people in certain areas. I mean, our office is located in West County, which is just prime for us because we get amazing donations. And of the stuff that comes in, we might have to get rid of 10% of it, maybe a little bit more, but just not very much. It's all amazing stuff.
Tell us what you're getting. What is it that you're getting, and what are we serving with the families? Yes.
So a request comes to us through their social worker. So social workers in that family's home, and they know what the family needs. So they'll send us a referral, and it'll say, mom needs a car seat in order to get home from the hospital, because the hospital won't allow you to leave without a car seat, and it can't be expired. So we'll have a car seat. They might need a baby bed. They might need diapers, clothing. Some moms, honestly, like we had a lady a couple weeks ago, she didn't know she was pregnant. She had a lot of health issues, and she just wasn't able to kind of keep up with her own health. And she had 4 other children. She didn't recognize the signs. And she went to the doctor, and they're like, hello, you're going to have a baby. So she had no means to go out and buy all that stuff. And things are so expensive. I mean, we have people, somebody donated a $1,600 bassinet to us. $1,600. Oh my goodness.
They were making sure they weren't having any more.
Yeah.
And you give away $1,600, there's no more kids.
It came in, I was like, dang, that looks really nice.
Wish I had a baby.
And I was like, whoa. And then we've got the flip side of that is we have moms who are, their kids are sleeping in dresser drawers. That's how they're taught when they leave the hospital because they don't have anywhere safe to put the baby. So that's the safest place, a dresser drawer or a laundry basket.
Gosh, that's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
I know my dad made me a little thing when I was a kid. So,
were you in a dresser drawer too?
Almost. It wasn't about that big. It was about as big as a dresser drawer.
Like it was
wooden. It is, baby.
Yeah. Hey, that's all right. I was brought from that trailer.
Me too.
All right, yeah.
They got the Cabbage Pail kids, and we were the trailer park kids.
Yeah.
Look at you now. Little shiner.
Unbelievable.
What's a transformative story? Like, what's something that, 15 years, obviously you have several. What's something that just stands out because I'm sure you get tired. I'm sure there's days that you feel like, oh my gosh, this is, the work that's involved. What keeps you going? What's an inspirational or more that helps you?
So there's actually two sides of it that are really cool. I think the side that I was expecting is I was excited. I expected to change lives. I expected us to be able to lock arms with these parents and these families and make their lives better. I expected that. But what I did not expect is the transformation in the volunteers. That is such a neat thing to see a volunteer come in that's kind of there to just check a box. Yeah, I did my 3 hours of helping hand-me-downs. I feel good about myself. And watch them evolve into like a kind, caring, like soul that like connects with these moms and looks at the families and talks to the social workers and like really gets it. So instead of this, I'm here, you're there, it's more of we are both moms. We're both struggling. I happen to have a little more financial means than you do, but it doesn't mean we don't have more in common. So I think that's the part that
my hair sticking straight out. That's really powerful, actually, really and truly. I think I always say everybody should experience. Please volunteer once. If you've never done it, at least volunteer because I bet you will go back again and again because there's something about helping. Just look at it when people come together, like when the tornadoes happened or, unfortunately 9/11 or any horrific devastations that happen. And when people come together of all different shapes, sizes, ages, colors, wealth,
we have so much in common, and all we talk about is the device.
It really changes the world when that happens. And sometimes we've got to leave our little bubble and
I don't think you realize how many people are affected by life. It's
rich or poor.
It wasn't until I put a prayer list together. People always say, "Oh, pray for me," say a prayer for me. So it's like,
it really does,
and it's so flippant sometimes, but you have to really do it.
But you say, okay, yeah, we'll pray for you, and you do. But when you do one at a time but when you start to create a prayer list and that list gets from here to here, and you see maybe 40% of them are cancer patients, and then 20% of them are just needy people that need, money or homeless. That's when you really start to be impacted because that's when you really start to go, there's a lot of people that are affected by life. It's not, you're not just taking one at a time, but you're seeing a multitude of people and it really hits you.
It does.
Yeah. And not everybody has family to rely on when something happens. When you have a mom, that has this child and she may not have a family or her family can't afford it either. Right. And, you forget that as well, that there's people out there very alone, especially obviously if someone is homeless, there's a reason why they don't have somewhere to stay while, things are going on in their lives.
Absolutely. And we have a coaching component that's really nice because a lot of our moms don't have a family. And if they do have a family, sometimes that family is toxic.
Yeah.
And so they're trying to remove their children and keep their children safe from that toxic family. And so they just need another support network. And if they don't have anybody to talk to, they're going to go right back into that same cycle.
So that's interesting. So sorry, hon. That's interesting about the toxic part of it with toxic families. Do they get to a point to where they don't realize they have a toxic family until after a certain point where they start, life could be different. I don't need to live in this type of toxicity, Well,
they always say if you're in a bad marriage, you shouldn't get out and, get in a relationship really quick just from something like that because it takes a while to detox. So I can't imagine other situations or a child growing up kind of like you learn a different language. When you live in a home where you speak, that's what you learn. And,
Right.
like if I tried to speak Spanish, I would do it, but if I grew up in it, I would know it.
You'd know it.
So when you're
You wouldn't get your food order.
One more.
But it's true though. I mean,
It is.
it's instilled in you, and it really takes coaching. It takes getting out of that environment to realize that, and that you shouldn't be there. But a lot of times when you've been in an environment, you also, when you're out of it, somehow or another, you don't think you're deserving of having a good environment, that you almost want to go back to that because you don't
It's
understand
easier.
anything else, right?
They're comfortable,
Yeah.
they're comfortable with the cycle of crazy,
what they
even
know.
though it's because
Yes.
it's what they know. And a lot of
I
times
love that you coach.
we talk about how we want more for these moms than they want for themselves because they can't see it.
Yeah.
And then once they see it and they see us loving on them, they see us encouraging them. We shot a video today at our office for our gala in November, and I had to leave. I couldn't listen to the gal talking about the impact we made on our life. I'm like, I got work to do, girl. I'll hear it at the gala.
You'll be crying there.
Yeah, I'll be crying there. So I'm going to save the tears and do it one time.
Yeah, that has to be hard. I mean, because I'm very empathetic,
Mhm.
so it's hard to be. You have to be a strong person also to be around that, because you want to take everybody home. You want to make
Mhm.
everybody better, and unfortunately, you can't take everyone home. I wanted to be a teacher, and one of the downfalls that took me out of the system of wanting to be a teacher, probably several things, but one of the biggest one is that you can't do anything.
I know.
So
Your
I had
hands are so
children when I was
tied.
doing my student teaching coming in that didn't have enough food in their house.
Mhm.
They weren't clean.
Mhm.
All these things, and I couldn't do anything about it. I couldn't go into the home. I couldn't give them soap. I couldn't be any type of a
You couldn't assist in any
Yes.
way. I get it.
So it's really hard. I mean, at least with yours, what you're doing. So let's make sure people understand what they can do if they're involved. First of all, you need items. First and foremost, you
Always.
need anything that a
Baby
child,
items.
a baby, could possibly need in their home. You need that. That's gently used or brand new, right?
Gently used. Everything we have is gently used. I mean,
I
everyone's
want to bring something new. That's
Sure, we'll take it. We will take
diapers,
it.
of course, those are
Yeah, oh, yeah.
those things are all new.
Yes.
But also support dollar-wise. If anyone is not able to volunteer or donate, money can also allow you to buy exactly what's needed for a family when you receive that list. But volunteers. So tell us, what kind of individuals are you looking for as well to be able to help with helping hand-me-downs?
So I would venture to say that we have one of the most diverse group of volunteers you'd ever see anywhere. And I love it because everybody has their thing. We have guys that show up that we wouldn't allow them to sort anything ever because they don't want to, and that's not their thing. But they will organize stuff, they'll deliver stuff, they'll drive stuff all around. We have a retired fire chief, I believe is what he was, that just hangs shelves for us, does all sorts of stuff, checks our buildings to make sure that everything is safe. I mean, how blessed are we? And we have every single day, we have a team that comes in ready to go, and they all know what they do. They know what they do well. They're very good at staying in their lanes in a loving way, but also helping others if they need it. It's like the best teamwork I could ever.
So if someone's interested in being a volunteer, donating, supplying you with hand-me-downs, how do they get a hold of helping hand-me-downs?
Just you go to our website, and on there you'll see there's a schedule. You can go out and actually schedule volunteering right online. You can call us, you can text us. Everything is right through, everything's social media.
Well, let's make sure before we go, we talk about Disco Gala. So that's coming up. Tell everybody when that is, where that's going to be, and how we can be a part of that.
It is November 8th at the Hilton Frontenac.
Just right around the corner.
I know,
so fun. Still can't believe it's October 1st.
I can't either. And it's at 6:00. Disco. I mean, who doesn't love that?
So we can wear the attire.
Oh yes. Wait till you see what my husband is wearing. That's all I'm going to say. It's quite. Yeah. I told him.
Is he wearing a powder blue leisure suit?
Well, I told him that when I'm up there speaking, not to make eye contact. I'm like, do not look.
Don't act like that. Like, oh,
please don't look at me because I'm not going to be able to keep a straight face. That's you in that whole outfit. Anyway, a lot of spandex.
Glitter, doodads, go-go boots.
I did did the spandex in the 80s.
Yes, well, and
Yes,
his
she
shirt's
did.
like unbuttoned, and he's very, he's Croatian, so he's very hairy, and it's like,
He's
oh
very-
my Lord. Like, I don't know if we're gonna get donors from that, babe.
Fur Reynolds on the fur rug. Yes.
Yes, but I think we have 4 tables left. They're $2,500 a table, but you can buy that online. You can buy tickets. You can, come.
So you get
as a
individual
couple.
tickets
Yeah.
if it's a couple of date
Sure.
night or something
Absolutely.
like that then. And of course, if you can't come, you can always leave a donation. So
Absolutely, you
which is
can.
very much needed.
And Rennie Knott will be there again. He graciously agreed
Isn't
to
he
do
great?
our MC.
What was hilarious, I feel like we were on a marathon of galas. I feel like we were going
And it was always Rennie.
but we felt like
Yes.
Rennie was Michael, what's the singer's name that goes,
Remember when the Saturday Night Live did in the 80s, Michael McDonald was on everybody's album.
Yes.
And Saturday Night Live did a skit where Michael McDonald would like run into the studio and go, "You will be there," and he'd see you later, and he'd run to the next studio and do this little part and come back.
Uh-huh.
And that's what it
That was
was.
really-
Rennie Knott, everyone we did to. So when you ask who would be a good MC, I thought, well, I guess Rennie Knott would be a good one.
We absolutely
I
connected
guess
you to him.
because we've seen him in the last 8 galas, so
He's everywhere we are. We're like, he must be exhausted. I know we're exhausted. He must really be exhausted.
wife never sees him.
Yeah. Well, and I think
Between
we got
now
him
and
by
the end of the day.
saying, you don't have to do the auctioneering piece. I actually have an auctioneer this time. So he didn't have to do that. And he's like, I bet he's
appreciate
so
that.
sweet.
He is the nicest
He
man.
is.
He graced the cover of our magazine as well. He was our men's issue.
I think I have it
Gosh,
right
I
here.
don't know if it was a year ago or
There it is.
there he is, right
Well, and you
there.
know,
Such a
sometimes
great
you meet Somebody
guy.
like that in person, and you're disappointed because you're
Well,
like,
he won't
they're
be
not what I
there.
was hoping. No, I was so excited.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he's just a doll.
He did a story also on Olive came out to Academy of Sacred Heart and did a big story on the launch of the book, which I was thinking if that would help at all, I would love to donate. I would
my
love to
gosh,
send you
that'd be
home with my Olive and plushie if you think it might go in a basket or
Yeah,
something
we
that
would
will
love
help
to.
her.
Sure.
We're not finished with everything. Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you take that with
Perfect.
me. Well, thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Stephanie. We really appreciate it. You need to check out helpinghandmedowns.org.
Com.
That's okay. Normally I'll say .com and they're like, we're an organization. .com.
We had to switch platforms. So
Okay.
yes.
And it's Help Me Hand Me Down.
No,
Helping.
helping.
Oh, it's Help Me.
ING. So
Okay,
not
let me put
helping.
that thing back up
So
again so people will.
It's helping.
Yeah.
Hand-me-downs.
And then hand-me-down. Close.
Yes, exactly.
Hand-me-down.
So thank you so
There it
much
is.
for your
Yep.
time. Get yourself a part of the Disco Gala. And if you're not able to go there, there's so many other ways that you can help. There's nothing better than volunteering and giving your time. We had a great time just recently filling food to help the STL
It
Food
was
Bank.
9/11.
Yeah, feeding like 300,000.
I saw your pictures.
There's
Yes, with
so
your
much.
parents.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, very
So
fancy,
much fun.
especially for
Yeah,
you.
we dress it up there.
I
I
go,
do.
do I need one?
The 2 follicles. Oh,
I come out, I'm like, why does he have one on? He absolutely didn't need that. That was so funny. And we really kind of laughed about it afterwards. I'm sure at some point you could have taken it off, but
I know.
that's the way we roll.
it's a rule. It's just be a rule.
Oh, thank you so much. All right.
Thank
Well,
you.
we look forward to seeing you soon. We'll be right back with more of the In Your City show right here at the Loot Information Station. Don't go anywhere because we have much more valuable, informational, educational things to talk with you about. Maybe my daughter will call.
Here we go.
We are back with the In Your City show right here at the Lou Information Station. We were just talking about how you could put that app on your phone, the Lou Information Station. Look for KLIS, put on your phone. You can listen anywhere. You can click it onto your phone in your car, whatever you want. But of course, it's always much more fun, especially when you have someone so beautiful on your show that she should be seeing that we are virtual on the louinfo.com as well as the In Your City show, because Abigail Stahlschmidt is gorgeous. And we were talking about how, I'm not for sure, were you 14 the first time you were on my radio show?
Oh my goodness, probably. And whenever you did your intro, I thought we were talking about you.
When I did what?
You look gorgeous.
Oh, Brian. Oh, Brian. Oh my God. I have the sweetest husband ever. He always says I could be coming on Mudpole and go, hey, beautiful, like that. I'm like, right. That's all I say all the time.
So I forget how tall Abigail is because I'm looking at the camera and it's like she's just under the frame. Every once in a while, it kind of pops up there a little bit.
You are so, absolutely beautiful. You've always been stunning. Your poor mom, like every time she had to let you go outside the door would be terrifying, that to let your daughter go out. Both of you and your sister. She's just so beautiful. Your mom should have had a lot more kids, so then she'd really be in trouble, because if you way too many pretty kids running around.
I don't know. Yeah, running after us. It's crazy. But yeah, my sister is a vocal teacher in the area, and she is phenomenal.
Both are so talented. Well, before we get talking and get all into the interview, I do want to talk about another talented person. That is our friend Jennifer Williams. Do you guys know Jennifer Williams at St. Louis Plaza Company?
No.
Well, you need to know her. She's absolutely fabulous. She is a woman-owned business. She's been in business for 35 years. Everything they do is locally manufactured. So if you step into their storeroom, which is off of Big Bend, it's gorgeous, huge building, which Gordon is showing on the screen right now. They have many different showrooms to kind of give you ideas, but of course, there is no one-stop shop. Doesn't matter how small it is, how large it is, they can change it for you. And like yourself, being a musician, like
I could use a nice closet.
Well, they just got Nelly's. Because they transformed his studio so that everything, we've got to actually get that video.
We talk about it all the time.
We do talk about it.
Yeah.
And she was in heaven, of course, doing it, and said he was the nicest guy to work with. And but there's nothing too small or too big that can't do. And if you get a job done with him, you can literally go onto the premise, watch behind the glass, and see them making it. So
cool.
She's a wonderful person. We truly love her. I love her new campaign right now. See the little bug hanging? It says, "Are your closets bugging you?" And they just bought that Volkswagen.
The red one.
Yeah, but it's red, not blue. And they drive it around and, have fun with it, Instagramming and, promoting her business. So, which is a great idea. But thank you, Jennifer. We appreciate you and so glad that you're part of the show. So now it is all about you, Miss Beauty. You've got a lot going on. So before we talk about your beautiful event that's coming up at the Kirkwood Performing Arts Center, let's talk about where you've been. You're a model, traveling all over. You play the violin, and it's not, what do you call that actually? Because that is not it's like an electric guitar and a violin had a baby.
How about electric violin?
Is that just what it's called?
It is. So it's actually modeled after the Flying V guitar.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Abigail, for not making me look stupid.
You both are right.
No, just me.
It has, okay, just today. It does have a very unique shape. It's made by Mark Wood. So Wood Violins is the name of the company. You can get them
appropriate because it's made of wood.
I know. It worked out really well for him. You can get them customized. I had mine a little bit customized, but I loved the white sparkle.
Love
the
it.
Paint job is really cool under lights on stage. But I started out with a traditional classical violin.
What age?
I started playing the violin at 4. So thank you to my wonderful parents who went through Twinkle Twinkle over and over in the bedroom, and I'm sure it was awful.
Thank goodness it wasn't the drums. I always feel sorry for parents who have kids that love the drums. I can't even imagine.
At least I could put a mute on my violin.
Oh, you can?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, there are practice mutes, thankfully. But yeah, I started playing the violin when I was 4 years old. I started singing around the same time and was in choir. I went to UMSL and studied music there. Shout out to University of Missouri St. Louis. They have a phenomenal music program,
yes, they do.
Especially both their vocal program and their string program. Dr. Henry was my vocal teacher on the choir side, and then John McGrosso was my violin teacher, and both just phenomenal musicians as well as teachers.
So you started at 4
Yes.
because mom said you're doing this.
Actually, yeah. That's correct.
So, but at what point did it switch and you go, this is something I want to pursue for the rest of my life?
Man, I'm fortunate to say it happened really early on. I had an early violin teacher who pushed me to be in orchestra. She knew it would be really motivating. And of course, whenever you're sitting next to another student, they can hear if you didn't practice. So it is negative reinforcement, which is great. But it also was such a good experience. I think I started orchestra when I was maybe 6. So maybe 8, but I think I was 6.
Child prodigy.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but thank you. That was definitely a huge factor into just I love being on stage.
Yeah.
And I think once I got on stage and kind of
Like this is fun.
yes, and had to kind of help lead people, I was like, oh, I think I really like this. So it happened at a really early age. And really just went from there. I mean, there's never really been a time that I didn't think I wanted to play the violin.
I loved being on stage too, but my cartwheels couldn't get me anywhere.
And the tongue twirling.
Tongue twirling just take me anywhere.
Yeah.
So must be nice you two to have talent and get to really be on stage.
So I have to ask you this. So because you said being on stage is such a thrill for you, do you see yourself, let's say, now let's switch this because I just went to the reopening of the Powell Symphony Hall. I have to go there for the media event. But could you sit in a chair and just play? Or do you have to be moving around and playing?
So I can sit in a chair and play.
We can tell
Would it be difficult?
The look of her
Do we-
face.
Is it hard to put Abby in the corner?
Puts baby in the corner.
I mean, people you would look at me on stage and be like, they could tell who I was just by looking at me because I do move around a lot when I play, and some people don't like that.
You're sticking to the person next to you.
Yeah, I like having room.
It'd be a great Saturday Night Live skit. Everybody, the other people are flying off their shoe if I'm getting it.
You know, if that gets me on SNL, then sure.
You'll do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Gosh, it's phenomenal. Now, do you play does it give you the ability to play other instruments as well by having that background?
It does help. Violin is my main instrument though. I dabble in piano, but
I'm not just saying this because you're here. He knows that I say it all the time. It is my most favorite instrument to listen to when it's combined with top or rock music. I just think it's just an incredible addition to have. And of course, it sounds beautiful with the orchestra. I mean, it's meant to be there. It sounds amazing. But someone of your talent, when you get up there and you're playing, top 40 or rock songs, it just blows me away. I just can't get enough of it.
Because I was introduced to rock and roll later in life. My sister still makes the joke. We would go to the library at the same time getting CDs. And I would get my classical music and she would get Scorpions and Led Zeppelin. And I'd be like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Scorpions.
Right.
Rock you like a hurricane. And you're
and I was like, wait, this stuff is actually really cool. And a lot of the rock musicians and composers were influenced by classical music.
Oh, sure.
So I started to hear more of that as I started listening to more music, and then trying to emulate it on the violin was really fun. It's kind of like a fun challenge to try to match what the guitar is doing. So I really fell in love with it, but now my sister kind of gives me a little grief over that.
Look at her outfit right now. Your outfit is even a picture of gala, classic, to rock and roll with the rip, and then she's got bedazzled from the lower shin down. It's like you got all the kind of music you play on right now on your body.
I didn't even think of that.
Well, so that must be what's in you. We've been lucky enough to hear you perform several times, actually.
Yes.
And you're just in kind of different genres, actually, even. And the one time we were pleasantly surprised, were we at the ball game? Where we were football game? I don't know what it was. And we're like, oh my gosh,
there she is.
Of course, we see you on the
She
screen.
is.
She's up on the big screen. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, we're
it
like
was
the
the
only
Battlehawks
people.
game.
Was that what it was?
Yeah.
Acting like we're the only people that know. Look.
That was
like a proud mom up there watching you, be able to do that. So what's probably your favorite stage that you've been on, that you've played with? Because you've been to a lot.
That's actually a really hard question, but the most unique stage that I've ever played on was in Bulgaria. In Plovdiv, Bulgaria, I played on a stage that was built in 90 AD. 80.
What?
So
Were there
I mean,
cavemen there?
I mean, probably. I mean,
Wow.
but to step, literally on those stairs and realize this has been around for, I mean, hundreds and hundreds of years. It's amazing. I mean, I've loved being able to travel in Europe and experience the historical buildings and
Culture.
yeah, the culture. I mean, it's just so, mind blowing. But that was my favorite venue because
bet.
you just can't recreate that.
Is it an outside venue?
It was
or
an outside venue. It was an amphitheater outside.
Incredible.
Yes.
Wow, what an experience for you. How do you mix the two, modeling and music like that? I mean, they're both, of course, put you on stage, which is a good thing, but
Yeah,
how do you
I do think-
balance your life with both of those.
Well, balance is an
a
interesting word.
I have no idea what it is, but I thought maybe you could help.
Right. I don't know if there's really a good balance that's ever, perfectly attained. But like you said, I mean, the crossover of the performance aspect, I think being on camera in a modeling and acting sense and doing auditions and having to kind of represent myself in front of people has given me a lot of skills that I can then translate to on stage. It's given me a lot more confidence. But then also like understanding the marketing side of things has also been helpful as a musician because they don't really teach that in music school, which is
You got to be a
unfortunate.
Swiftie.
Right.
Take a hold of your music.
Yes.
Got to not let anybody control it, right?
Right. I mean, you really do have to kind of have all of your hands in the business side of it too.
I
To
thought
really,
will.
yeah, exactly. Or somebody else will. So anyway, I think both, there's aspects of both that kind of do overlap and do give me.
Gordon's playing some of your stage presence there.
Yes.
Where else did you play with? Who did we see? Is that the band?
Well, so Mr. Blue Sky, and then
Blue Sky.
tribute to Trans-Siberian
That's
Orchestra.
what we got to see,
Yeah.
which was quite incredible.
You know, it'd be a
watching
good
that.
band for you to listen to is you ever heard Dream Theater?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I
actually-
met Jordan Rudess actually.
Oh.
And you think so?
I mean, they're incredible.
That's like heavy metal and rock had a baby or something.
That's progressive
I
rock,
walk
but
out of the building,
they're,
is my hair standing straight up?
They're very-
Eyeballs looking out of my
they're
head?
very orchestrated, though.
They
You listen
are,
to
but it
them,
is some
but-
heavy duty music.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
5 minutes, I'm done.
I mean, I've actually done, it's kind of funny because I never saw myself in this world, but I've done actually quite a bit in the metal scene. And I'm having a guest guitarist from Italy actually in my concert, which I just recorded on some of his album. He's a phenomenal composer and musician, and he's the producer of the band. Noveria is the name of the band, Francesco Mattei. So, I mean, I can tell you they're incredible musicians in
Yes.
the metal side of the world. But again, there's that crossover where they're really influenced by classical music. So that's kind of where I can appreciate it and understand like the musicianship behind it.
Yeah, I think jazz, classical music, I mean, they're all the babies of
Mm-hmm.
where everything, is coming from. It's just the direction,
Yeah.
that you take it. So before we talk about your event as well, again, that's going to be on October 17th, where do you see yourself? Where is it that Abby, as we call you, Abigail, wants to be?
I would love to be touring on my own music. I know it's a very unique show. I mean, it blends the aspects of classical music, and I love film music, so there's a little bit of that, rock and roll, a little bit of pop, but I'm backed in this concert by a string section, full band, and guest vocalists, so it brings a lot of different elements together. So it would take, either starting out opening for a unique band. It could be like a progressive rock or, symphonic rock band. But I could kind of see building that way, hopefully attaching onto a tour and then maybe having my own tour one day. It'd be awesome.
Gosh, I hope you remember us. Come back to our little
Don't
show and,
will.
tell us that you're the headliner and who would be your backup, everyone's a headliner. Who would be the band that you'd want to play to open for you?
Oh, that's hard. Oh my goodness.
You're welcome.
A
You can get this done now, and then that way when it happens, you're all ready.
rain check on that one because there's so many incredible bands. I mean, usually, I've seen it a lot more often where it's actually like a contrasting style that opens for the group.
They trying to take over your spotlight.
Right, there's that too.
Yeah.
But I love folk music, so I could see it being something more along the folky.
It'll all be asleep by the time you get up there. We'll be like, there she is,
Well,
right away.
It's got to be a rock and folk band, I
Okay.
guess.
So a little more
no,
spunk.
no sleepy music.
Okay.
But I don't even know what
Thinking about that because you're going to need that. You're going to have that opening act. You're going to tell your manager they must book. Now, what would be the item that you would specifically ask for? You know,
on my rider,
yellow M&Ms.
They got all the brown M&Ms. Yeah.
Yes,
Van Halen.
I'd probably be really basic and ask for like electrolytes or something because
she's so sweet.
Oh my gosh! Come on, let's get on the edge there a little bit. Where she's on.
Anymore. Feeling really bad.
Okay, so what is your like go-to like treat?
Have an espresso machine back there.
Ooh,
okay.
See, there's that class act coming out in you. Match the.
Have you ever done an event on the stage? You mentioned the one that was the oldest stage that you got on. But has you ever been on one that you just been like super nervous about?
Oh, sure.
Because I mean, you do so much like the modeling and everything and being around people. I mean, modeling's tough. You got I think there's nothing harder than sitting there and fake posing in front of a camera while people are watching.
So natural because remember she was on the cover of our magazine, and I mean the poses were just. I always think I'm gonna look really good when I get a picture taken. I'm all ready for a pose, and I'm like this. Just straight up. What do I do now?
I find myself getting my smile going, and it doesn't leave my face. It's like that creepy. It's like that creepy guy. It just stays there the whole time.
Oh, get it done. Yeah, we don't have it going on like you.
I would say some of the sporting events. I had wanted to be in the STLCC soccer stadium for a long time.
Me too.
Ever since it opened. And I got to play the national anthem for the women's soccer team. I was like, this is really cool. I get to represent the women. And being in that, in the element, the middle of that arena, I mean, it's
really impressive.
Massive. The fans were incredible. It was completely packed.
Wow.
So I think that was the most recent one that I was the most excited about.
Oh, that's so cool. Well, before we run out of time, we've got to make sure that we tell everybody, Abigail Stahlschmidt, first of all, if they want to see more of you, where do they go?
You can go to Facebook under Abby Stahlschmidt or my band page on Facebook, Abigail Stahlschmidt.
Okay.
Hopefully my name is somewhere on the screen because it's long. Instagram under Abby Stahlschmidt. I'm also on YouTube. Any of those three areas are probably the best ways
to find
out
your event too, right?
Yes.
So this event is a live in concert with strings, like you said, a full band, guest vocalist, the Kirkwood Performing Arts Center, which is so personable and wonderful, and is it newly remodeled?
I don't know that, but it looks newly remodeled. So this is actually the first time recently that I, have been in that venue. It's going to be in the Strauss Black Box Theater. So I'm actually really excited. It's going to be.
It's working on something there, but there's the flyer. I think he has the flyer as well. That
I'll call that out really quick here. It's Friday, October 17th at the Kirkwood Performing Arts Center. The start time of the concert is 7:30 p.m. Doors are at 7. It is first come first serve seating for general admission, so you do want to get there early for that.
Peasants.
I mean, everybody is my fan. I'm welcoming all. The upper levels ticket pricing do get you kind of more specific seating.
Sure.
You can get front row seating at $50 a ticket, or you can do a table for two, which includes 4 drink tickets and reserved parking. Which
all the seating is really very nice, though. Even if you're aware, I'll be with the peasants. You're all the seating. The seating is wonderful.
Yeah, please do.
It's like when you get on the